Good afternoon. Welcome to 5 Minute Inspiration. I'm going to be standing in today for Minister Milton Allen, and I thank him for inviting me, and I am glad to be here today. I won't be before you long as I get ready to come to bring this word and this inspiration. I don't want y'all to see me. I want y'all to see God and pray for me and with me as I give y'all the word. I love y'all. And I love encouraging people. I just thank God for what he's doing in my life and what he's about to do and what he's already done. I'm just so thankful and so blessed. You're looking at a miracle right now. And if God can do it for me, he can do it for you. The subject today is going to be getting unstuck from my thinking rut. We all have thoughts. We all think out of place sometimes, and sometimes our thoughts can overwhelm us and have us all over the place. But when you change that thought process, it's just such a blessing. And I'm going to come out of Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. That was Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Have you ever felt discouraged, like with your progress toward having better reactions? Maybe you think, what's the use? I just stuff my emotions, or what's the use? I can't help but yell. I know we've all been there. With my children, they used to tell me all the time when it was all of us in the house together, Mama, why you gotta holler? Mama, why you yelling? It was just a habit. Sometimes it wasn't even nothing that I needed to be yelling about, but I would just yell. I believe there is more to it than claiming that because we act a certain way, that's the way it will always be. We can't say that. Brain research shows that every conscious thought we have is recorded on our internal hard drive known as the cerebral cortex. Each thought scratches the surface, much like an etch a sketch. When we have that same thought again, the line of the original thought is deepened, causing what's called a memory trace. With each repetition, the trace goes deeper and deeper, forming and embedding a pattern of thought. When an emotion is tied to this thought pattern, the memory trace grows stronger, real strong. We forget most of our random thoughts that are not tied to an emotion. However, we retain the ones we think often that have an emotion tied to them. For example, if we had the thought over and over that we failed at having a good reaction, and that thought is tied to a strong emotion, we deepen the memory trace when we repeatedly access the thought. The same is true if we decide to stuff a thought, we'll perpetrate that stuffing, or if we yell, we'll keep yelling. We won't develop new responses until we develop new thoughts. That's why renewing our minds with new thoughts is crucial. New thoughts come from our new perspectives. The Bible encourages this process, which only makes sense because God created the human mind and understands better than anyone how it functions. A foundational teaching of Scripture is that it is possible to be completely changed through transformed thought patterns. That's exactly the point of today's key verse, Romans 12 and 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what is God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. The scripture also teaches we can accept or refuse thoughts. Instead of being held hostage by old thought patterns, we can actually capture our thoughts and allow the power of Christ's truth to change them. I don't know about you, but understanding how my brain is designed makes this verse comes alive in a whole new way. Taking thoughts captive and being transformed by thinking in a new way, in new ways, isn't some new age form of mind control. It's biblical. And it's fitting with how God wired our brains. I can't control the things that happen to me each day, but I can control how I think about them. I can say to myself, I have a choice. I have a choice to have destructive thoughts or constructive thoughts right now. I can wallow in what's wrong and make things worse, or I can ask God for a better perspective. to help me see good even when I don't feel good, or even when my emotions is all over the place. Indeed, when we gain new perspectives, we can see new ways of thinking. And if we change the way we think, we'll change the ways we act and react. It starts right here. You got this. And my prayer today for each and every last one of y'all, that if you're overthinking anything, I pray that you learn to trust God and to believe that even though your situation may be overwhelming, you always have the best. God always have the best for you in mind. He always got the best for you, no matter what it look like, feel like. I just pray that God give you his perspective today on what he wants you to think and how he wants you to think, and to lead and guide you in all your ways. Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I thank you for allowing me to be here today, Minister Allen. I pray that I bless someone today with this word, Romans 12:2. Anytime you start to overthink or your thoughts all over the place, read it over and over and over again and tell God to show you his perfect will for you. And believe you me, he will do just that. Y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all, and I pray that someone has been blessed by this word.